ICICI Bank Board has selected a new chairman. Retired IAS officer Girish Chaturvedi will take over from M.K. Sharma. Vishwanath Nair joins us on the phone line for more details. Vishwanath, the news obviously is out. Girish Chaturvedi is the new chairman. Firstly, just take us through the new, and why is this like a part-time chairman that's the number that's put in?
So from what we understand, Darshan, at this point in time is that he has been appointed as a director on the board, and that he will take over from M.K. Sharma after Sharma retires tomorrow. That is his last working day. Only after that can a new chairman be appointed. So this is a non-executive position, as we all know, but it's also subject
Vishwanath,
to...
just hold on. We have Girish Chaturvedi joining us on the line currently. Vishwanath, you're free to join in the conversation. Congratulations, Mr. Chaturvedi, on this new role. Take us through what the details are. What's the timeline that you will be chairman, and what's the news with this part-time chairman, because that's what the release did indicate.
No, in fact, don't expect me a detailed answer on this, because I just do not know anything about the actual functioning about which you really want to have my comments on. In fact, I will also have to really see that to make any comments. At this stage, I can simply say that, yes, it's a pleasure to be there, and let's see that it all works well.
Mr. Chaturvedi, you also have my banking colleague Vishwanath who's joining in on the conversation. Vishwanath, take it away.
Mr. Chaturvedi, just wanted to ask a question. Considering there is a lot of news surrounding ICICI Bank at this point in time, and the position of a non-executive chairman is considerably important because the bank's board has a role to play in the corporate governance issues that are being raised by various whistleblowers. What would be your agenda as such?
Again, my reply would be the same. It's too early for me to make any comment on. But yes, in general, all of us can say that yes, good corporate governance is one of the topmost items in the agenda.
Right. Also, Mr. Chaturvedi, another point that I wanted to ask you is how soon do you think the regulatory approvals are likely to come in? Would you, as the bank, informed you about this?
No, nothing. I have no knowledge about it. So
at this point in time,
no commitment on that, because since I do not know anything about it, so it's better not to make any comment.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chaturvedi. This is Menaka Doshi here at Bloomberg Quint. First, congratulations. And second, what is your view on how the ICICI Bank board has conducted itself in the last several months as it faces this very unusual crisis? And what do you think you will be able to do differently to put to rest all the various investor concerns that have come to fore as a result of the challenges that the board has faced?
Let me in fact be a little blunt and cut you short that I'm nobody to comment on the functioning of ICICI board. So don't ask my comment on the functioning of ICICI board so far.
Okay.
But definitely I can always say for future that yes, the board will see that the good corporate governance principles are followed.
I'm sure that would be the case, sir. But, I do want to seek your comment on the way or the manner in which even this appointment has happened. Now, forgive me, I don't mean to be aggressive here. I know you have just been appointed today. But for a long time, it has been well known that the incumbent chairman's term was coming to an end. And yet the board was not able to make up its mind on who would his successor be. And it is only now, as we come to the fag end of his term, that you have been selected, as a director on board, and then will go on to be the chairman of the board. Does this make it very difficult transition for you? Because had you had some months of advance notice, some months of actually having been on the board for a while, this would have been an easier transition for you?
No, that doesn't make a difference, in fact. How has it happened? I have no knowledge again, but definitely we will look towards good future. That's all I can say.
So what is your comment on, I think the ongoing effort to put in a probe headed by retired Justice Sri Krishna? I think we finally did get a confirmation from ICICI Bank only just a few days ago that he has been appointed to head this probe. Is there a fixed timeline within which this probe should be done? What are your views on it? Even if your views are not formal decisions of the board, what are your personal views?
I'm not privy to what kind of terms have been given to the commission. I believe that should be there in the terms and conditions. And Justice Krishna will definitely, he will work according to those terms and conditions. So, since I do not have any knowledge, detailed knowledge and authentic knowledge about this, not fair on my part to make any comment.
Yeah, I'm sure, Mr. Chaturvedi, I'm sure I understand your position. You have been taken on board today and you are chairman designate. I hope you understand my position. There are many questions that need answering and the board has not done maybe the best job of being able to do that. How did you receive this news? When were you first informed that you would be considered as director on board? And can I ask you, what made you accept such a challenging position at such a difficult time for this bank?
There is no running away from any position of responsibility for that matter. And you are giving me the news? When I say you, it means the newspapers and newsmakers, they are giving me the news.
Are you suggesting, Mr. Chaturvedi, that the board has not reached out to you or that you don't have any official formal communication?
No. I have no official information so far.
You have no official communication from anyone at the ICICI Bank board?
No, nothing of the sort.
So they have not reached out to you in advance to even intimate you that such a decision was being made today?
No, in fact, they have asked for my biodata, that's the time. Nothing else.
So when they asked for your biodata, were you at all curious as to what this was going to result in?
Maybe there are a number of things, because biodata, in fact, can be used for other purposes too. So that's the end of it. Nothing. I did not inquire to say, kindly send a copy of your biodata. I did that, and that's all.
So you had absolutely no inkling, Mr. Chaturvedi, that you were going to be appointed director today and that you would become chairman designate?
No, not at all.
In which case, then I should on behalf of the board ask you if you are going to accept this position, because well, if you only just found out through the media, then I should ask you.
That I can say yes.
Okay, fine. So you are on record with Bloomberg Queen to say that you have accepted this position, even though I am not the board and I am not authorized to make this offer to you, but you have accepted this. So when do you have any information on the timeline as to when you actually do take on responsibilities as a director on board?
Nothing. I have no information, so it will not be right on my part to make any comment on that.
Okay, so I would imagine standard process would follow as laid down in company law, etc. That you would, this would be put to vote also eventually with shareholders, and the standard process will follow.
Normal process will take place, and it has to go according to that.
But so can I candidly ask you that, do you not think that it would have been wise on part of the board to have made this decision even at least a month ago, so that you would have had a month to work with the existing board and the existing chairman or the incumbent chairman, and that therefore make for a more smooth transition?
I have no comment to make on that, because you can ask the current board for that matter. Why are you asking me?
Because you are now tasked, or you will be tasked with the very onerous responsibility of not just being the chairman of the board of the country's largest private sector bank, but also one that seems to be in the middle of a fairly serious crisis. And therefore, wouldn't you have wished that you had at least a month or two of transition?
I don't comment on that, because things don't work according to my wish. There are so many other things which keep happening, and I have no knowledge about those circumstances. So it will not be fair on my part to say that they should have followed this or they should have followed an alternative. I have no knowledge about it.
But you have a personal view, surely, sir?
No. So the personal views have no value here, because as things have happened, we have to take it as such.
What kind of transition would you like? Let me ask you that. This does not involve the board's view. What kind of transition would you like for you to be able to take on the reins of this bank? Because as we understand, Ms. Chanda Kochhar is currently on extended leave, till the completion of the inquiry headed by retired Justice Sri Krishna. A new chief operating officer has been appointed in Sandeep Bakshi, and Sandeep Bakshi will be reporting into the board. So effectively, this is going to be in your charge for the next several months till this inquiry is over and a decision is taken on the managing director and CEO. So what kind of transition do you think will prepare you for being able to take this charge?
For that, in fact, I have to be well aware of these situations. So since I'm not aware of the actual situation, again, I would say the same thing. It's too early and premature on my part to make any comment.
Okay, I will ask you one final question, sir. In your career, do you think that everything that you have experienced has prepared you for a situation like this that you're about to confront at ICICI Bank? What do you think you will be able to bring to bear to these particular challenges that the bank faces today?
In fact, for that matter, all officers who work in state and government of India, they are prepared, and if they have some previous experience of financial sector, that helps. So that experience I have. So I feel anybody who has worked in the financial sector will be ready to meet this kind of a challenge.
Can you talk us through your experiences of working in the financial sector that you think will prepare you for being able to take on this role, sir?
It will help. Definitely it will help. Because I have worked in the financial sector for a fairly long time. So that comes to help.
All right. Mr. Chaturvedi, any more information you could give us on when you actually do undertake the responsibility?
Currently, I don't have any other information.
All right. I suppose. Well, I appreciate you finding the time to speak with us and this peculiar situation in which you've been informed by Bloomberg Quint that, you are the chairman designate at ICICI Bank. And thank you very much for agreeing to take on the position. So there you have it. We do have a transition taking place on the board of ICICI Bank. As we knew, the term of the incumbent chairman, Mr. M.K. Sharma, was to end at the end of this month, and we've all been waiting impatiently to find out who the successor will be, and we now know that it is going to be Mr. Chaturvedi. Of course, he wasn't in a situation where he could share more details with us with regards to the various challenges facing the bank and how he is going to overcome them, but we'll leave that for another conversation later on in the day.